Puja, greetings, good rising, great awakenings, grand closings, grand openings. Tachia Ahmed, aka Arita S, here with another edition of Good Rising TV. I've just recently been back from Kemet for a few weeks, and that's why you haven't seen any reports. But now that I'm back, I'm ready to jump right in. And I'll be posting, different reflections on the journey from time to time on my blog post at tachia.wordpress.com. So be sure to sign up for the mailing list so you can get notification of them as soon as possible. So right now we're going to be dealing with the celestial event for the weekend, which is Venus went direct on Friday, and Mercury, according to some sources, according to my resources anyway, goes retrograde tonight at 8:33 p.m. Central Time, and that's on November 18th. But I've seen different reports that it started on Friday, Saturday, and also today. In this report, we're going to be dealing with the portal of Hetaru, which is Venus, and the portal of Jehuti, which is Mercury. And if you want the detailed analysis, I refer you to the blog post. One portal closes, another one opens. And the link will be posted somewhere on this page for you to check that out. At Good Rising TV, we focus on the sound healing with KemeTones and the devotional world music or ancient African adorations with chanting and singing. And then if there's time, energy reading or meditation. But there usually isn't time for that, is there? So I may have to start just posting meditations by themselves. Okay, so let's begin. Before I get into the healing, I just wanted to mention that, we make a big deal out of it when Mercury goes retrograde because it's only for a short time. It's only like 3 weeks and it happens 3 or 4 times a year. But since I've been paying more attention to it, I've noticed that there's usually 4 or 5 other planets that are retrograde at any given time, and could be less than that, it could be more than that, but there's always some sort of portal opening. And at Horoscopes, we don't fear the retrogrades. We welcome them. We dive into them. It's a time for intense renewal or purification, or things ending, things beginning, which is a part of life. But during these times, it's particularly synchronistic or intense. That's all I wanted to say. So now that Mercury is retrograde, there's 6 planets that are retrograde. There's 6 portal openings going on right now. So the portal of Hetaru or Venus was retrograde. The portal was open in October and it just now ended. So it was open for a little over a month. And it's fascinating to me how much when I do these reports, to see how much it's reflected in my own personal life. And so some of the commentary is alluding to that. I'm not giving out the details right now, but one of the trademarks or signatures of this current portal openings with Mercury and with Venus closing is how crucial it is for expressing one's truth and communicating and sharing your experience so that you can release and heal, and also the others can benefit from your experience. So that's what I'm going to be doing very soon. Take a note to see how your relationships were affected during this past month, and see which ones ended, which ones began, which ones were enhanced. And it's just a really good observation to make, because now whatever happened with those relationships, we'll be dealing with communication now that Mercury is retrograde. All right, so I'm not going to go into the details of the reading during this session. I'm going to focus on the healing and the chanting. So please take a look at the blog post while you're absorbing the sounds from this session. And so the lesson that I've had during this portal opening, I've been dealing with a lot of things with the apartment building and going to court. And I finally realized that it's a waste of time seeking justice in a world of corruption. I mean, certainly justice exists in every dimension, but in a world of corruption, why spend time looking for something that is just so minuscule when there's so many other things to create? That is one of the main aspects of the lesson for me at this time with Venus and Mercury, or Jehuti and Hetaru. So right now I'm going to, when Venus went direct within the sign of Aspolia, or Sidereal Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. So for this portion, I'm going to be dealing with those cosmic forces. So the womb creativity chakra, to create beautiful expressions, beautiful festivals with this truth, that it's more important to create beauty than it is for me to seek justice in a world of corruption. And so that's what I'm locking in right now with these chakras for the three treasures, uniting your purpose with your desires and your thoughts. And remember that even though I'm not in the room with you right now, you're receiving the same healing that I am, because energy is not limited by time or space. So I'm just running through the three frequencies of this vibration: high, mid, and low frequency. And so since I'm no longer seeking justice in a world of corruption, I'm creating beauty and planting seeds of trust, trusting the divine. I've stopped trusting people. I know it sounds pathetic, but after everything I've been through, I think it's a good change of strategy. So that's what I'm just locking in, this vibration. This is what I want, the vibration that I want to live at right now. Well, probably forever. So planting seeds of trusting the divine. You know, we've talked a lot about the cosmic mind, not the limited human mind, but the mind of the light, which is what creates. And then no longer seeking justice in a world of corruption, but being the Ma'at vibration, not looking outside of myself for it. Right, so then we're going to transition to the cosmic chimes. So we have the closing of the portal of Hetaru and the sign of Aspolia, which is planting the seeds, which is ruled by Jehuti as well. And then we also have Mercury retrograde, which we'll deal with in a little while. That's why these chimes have been chosen. Do a Hetaru, do a Hetaru, do a Hetaru, do a Hetaru. Do a Jehuti, do a Jehuti, do a Jehuti, do a Jehuti. Nipu Jehuti, Nipu Jehuti, Nipu Jehuti, Nipu Jehuti. Nipu Hetaru, Nipu Hetaru, Nipu Hetaru, Nipu Hetaru. Do a Jehuti, do a Jehuti, do a Jehuti, do a Jehuti. Do a Hetaru, do a Hetaru, do a Hetaru, do a Hetaru. Nipu Jehuti, Nipu Jehuti, Nipu Jehuti, Nipu Jehuti. Nipu Hetaru, Nipu Hetaru, Nipu Hetaru, Nipu Hetaru. Now also in Aspolia, planting seeds, trusting the divine to bear fruits of Ma'at, and no longer seeking justice in a world of corruption. We also have the goddesses Aset and Ma'at, or Ceres and Pallas Athena in Sidereal Virgo. So I'm just going to do a little bit with this vibration and frequency. The little tiny forks are known as the goddess forks. Ooh, there we go. Just showering us with love and light and sound. Okay. And then the next combination, I probably need to eat soon. The next combination is some more goddesses with Sedna and Juno in Apis, sidereal Taurus. And it's interesting, they're both retrograde. Polars are wide open. I mean, we have a great opportunity for deep healing. But Sedna deals with assault and abuse and violation. And Juno deals with father-daughter relationships, partnerships. And since it's a prime time for healing, I wanted to make sure, do a little bit with these vibrations. This is a higher frequency for Sedna. Healing the heart of the sadness and the emptiness of betrayal and violation. And healing the thoughts, healing the mind space. So it's easier to process when we're triggered. Obviously, I've been triggered. Oh, I'm really feeling this right now. Seems like right when Venus was at the end of the retrograde, I received my trigger, which prompted the immediacy for doing this Good Rising TV episode. All right, this next combination is exciting. Dua Heru Tamud Amun, and the portal opening for Heru is going on right now, meaning Uranus is retrograde. And this combination is with Uranus, Aries, which is ruled by Mars or Set, and also Amun is related to the witnessing consciousness or the expansion of associated with Jupiter. And so there's a quote from a movie, the Countryman movie, that resonated well with me for this combination. And at the blog post, I have the link where you can watch the movie free on YouTube, and also a documentary on the life of the man, of the actual countryman. It turns out the movie was really about a real person, not just someone acting like Countryman in the movie. And if you know me well, you know how much I was influenced by the movie Countryman. But anyway, let's see what is the full quote here. The full quote is, "Death is a force of nature, and just like lightning, the righteous face it every day and pass it by. But those with evil in their heart fear it. That's why there is no need to slay the wicked. Just lead them to face death, and they will perish." And this is a quote by Jaman from the movie Countryman. And so when I started doing my reflections on this combination, it came to me that rather than starting another huge legal battle, there's a strategy that I've never tried before, which I'm going to be practicing, which is to lead the other individual or foe, or even my own lower nature, to face its own death, the death of the lower nature of the ego, right? That's what we're basically aiming to do. So since I know there's no need to seek out justice in a world of corruption, I'm going to take this other approach and be able to express my truth, and that will free me up, because if I don't express my truth, then I'm protecting the perpetrator. So I'm going to work on expressing the truth and allowing the witnessing consciousness to experience and direct my response. Not my emotions, not my grief, sadness, not my lower thoughts. Always striving for a different experience this time. Here's for the witnessing consciousness. There's no need to slay the wicked. Just keep on doing the healing work and creating things of value and authenticity. An expansion of consciousness. There's really no need to just duplicate the status quo. Keep doing what we've always been doing, expecting different results, because that's insanity. And if my spirit has moved on and moved forward, then I have to do the same. Hey, I just came up with this handy device for playing 3 chimes. Do I move? Do I send? Do I do? Do I move? Do I send? There is no need to slay the wicked, just lead them to death, and they will perish. Do I do? Do I move? Do I say? Nupuharu, Nupuamu, Nupuse. There's no need to slay the wicked. Just lead them to death, and they will perish. They will perish. They will perish. The next combination we're going to cover is similar to the one we just finished. We're dealing with the moon, which is represented by Shasheta, the goddess of writing, and Mars, or Set again, and Ku, or Ku, which is Aquarius, which is also ruled by Uranus. So we have the moon, Uranus, and Mars, whereas before we had Jupiter, Uranus, and Mars. So this combination is dealing with writing about our experience. Shasheta represents the scribe, and the moon represents our personality. And at horoscopes, we know that when we write in our journal or write poetry or music or anything to express our feelings, it's a way to shift the vibration of our character and our personality, hopefully for the betterment. And so so the thing to remember when we're going through challenges and adversities is that that's not who we are. Who we are is spirit. We're light beings. We're energy. We're vibrations. And the things going on Earth, and entanglements and conflicts, that's what we're going through. And the work that you do, it's what you do, but it's not who you are. So it's important to remember that. And one of the things I'm striving these days is to be enlightened in every moment, not just someday in the future I'll be enlightened, but to choose the enlightened response and the enlightened thing to say and the thing to do. And when I'm assaulted or when I experience things like violation, I freeze. I freeze. I don't say anything. I don't know what to do. I have a tendency to protect the other person. And so that's a pattern that I'm working to break or to change, to transform the outcome. So that's why I'm really transparent with these sound healing sessions and all the work that I'm doing. Okay, so for this aspect, I want to remember that I'm not responsible for how another person feels or reacts when I express my truth, when I stand in my truth. So that is the strategy for this. So for this self-care portion of the session, I'm going to do some of the extraordinary vessels. I know you won't be able to see it on the screen, but I post a chart so that if you want to, do some of the self-care work yourself, you can use Reiki or Raseiki or acupressure or meditation. You can put crystals and stones. You can just, massage yourself in these spots. So this is the one called the Dai Mai, and it's for when you're stuck and you can't seem to move. Like when I'm assaulted or violated, I freeze. So that is definitely a pattern that I want to shift. So I have the fork for set, which is when I freeze out my lower nature. That's one of the tendencies I want to transform. And then Haru, so I'm victorious when battling this lower nature feature of myself. So that's the point that's near the baby toe, and then like on your wrist, or your wristwatch might be on your hand there. So doing one on the left hand, let's see, the right toe and the left hand is what I'm doing right now, and putting the chart so you can see it. I know I could just do these sessions with just the global care, but I did that one time, and I have to do self-care too. So just make it take a little longer. And we have Mars and the new moon, well, Set and Shasheta, writing about these experiences. Is a way to, and sharing them is a way to break free from them. And just holding them in is a way to remain captive by the lower nature. That's what I'm learning. The other combination I'm going to choose is the Yin Way, and that's the one for healing the heart. When the heart is like covered over with so much past negativity that it's just like frozen and it's easily shattered, right? So I'm going to use the same combinations because what is it? These experiences are not who we are, it's what we're going through. We need to remember that. And then also to free up the ability to express ourselves, that I'm not responsible for how another being responds or reacts when we express our truth. Because the fear of their pain or their discomfort is what freezes me up, because I don't want them to feel bad. So I just have to find the right way to say it, because I can't continue to feel bad either. That's not going to work. So this one is on the inside of the hand, wrist. It's almost the opposite of the other one, just in the middle there, and on the inside ball of your foot, on the opposite foot. So we start on the right hand and the left foot. Again, this is the yin way for healing the heart center, freeing it up from fear and letting go of attachment to the outcome. Alright, and then some high frequency. The liberation that comes from sharing our journey. We have Shasheta and Haru, or victory, from our writing. So here we have Set, Haru, Shasheta, Mars, and the Moon in Sidereal Aquarius. Right now, I'm just grateful to be coming into the awareness and the application of an enlightened response to violation. Because the one I had before was not working. Just being enlightened. Without attachment or judgment. Let the feelings come up, but they don't control my reaction. Victory over set.